What's up, everybody? Derek Johnson here. I am in the beautiful Treasure Valley near Boise, Idaho, but Eagle, Idaho, just because everybody likes to separate the liberals and the real patriots out here. But anyway, I thought it was cool this week. It's kind of funny that President Trump drops what everybody's been bugging me about. When's he going to validate you? When's he going to say something? When's President Trump going to say something? When's he going to say something? When's he going to say? President Trump says something on his official account, and then majority of the people do what? Question the man they claim to support. You can't question the man you claim to support. You either support him or you don't. So a lot of you are finding out that you're bandwagons. Not all of you followers, not that, but I'm saying people who hear this for the first time. New people. All right. So President Trump is in a unique military government, continuity government, supreme commander, military governor, everything that Eisenhower set up, presidential emergency action documents, and continuity government. You can't have one without the other. That's just how it works. Laws and orders show that. Now, what's funny is you'll see people out there saying certain things and about me and all this other stuff. First off, let's get one thing straight. All right, if Q was the end-all, do-all, then you wouldn't need a me. I wouldn't have blown up like I did. I'm the only person who has taken all the laws and orders, all of President Trump's laws and orders, but all the laws and orders that outline a military government, a government in exile, a continuity government, puppet government, shadow government, all the terminology, which is all special operations. It's all in unconventional and irregular warfare. All right, it's all there. I'm the only one that's taken all the laws and orders from 2016 November election, January the 20th, 2017, we're taking the power out of D.C., giving it back to you, the people. That big speech from the military walked down behind President Trump. I'm the only one who's taken all the laws and orders from President Trump that outline the 45-47 on his ball cap in one sitting, one setting, in a chronological order. I'm the only person. My books are #1 bestsellers now. #1 bestsellers that outline that. I'm independent, no publisher. The only who's taken all the laws and orders, put them in one location. Now, what's funny is you'll hear people out there, idiots and morons, who are all jealous, calling me a grifter, right? I have no subscriptions, no fancy background except for things like this, beautiful Idaho. No graphics, nothing like that. You never see on any of my pages me dropping links to anything except for the laws and the orders. And then, hey, here's the other thing. If I'm a grifter, can you explain why all the other book authors are not called grifters as well? That's kind of funny to me. Because the only thing I have for you to purchase are books and merchandise. Those are two things I cannot make you purchase. But what's hilarious and humorous about it is all of the same content in my books, guess where you can find it? Free on all of my accounts. So the books are only there as if you just don't want to piece all up together on all of my accounts, because now at this time, almost 3 years into the world knowing about me, all of my posts now are kind of sporadic and different. For a while there, they were in the chronological order. You could have started from the very, very first post and work your way up. So now you have to piece all of the material together. All right, versus buying a book and getting it in a chronological order. So I think it's quite humorous that President Trump finally dropped something out there about Biden being in 2020. And all my books in the very first pages, that's what I do. I start out with all the fake Bidens and all the different Bidens to get people's attention straight out the gate in the books. But I've also been showing it all over my pages. All right. And the other thing about the people out there, one other thing that you'll hear out there about, I'm not an original OG. I served in the military long before Q first posted. So all these Q experts out there, first off, they're civilians. So there's that. All right. And you wouldn't have a Q without the military. Q is actually a clearance with the Department of Energy. But the Q that you know about are Anons, right, who had clearance, and they put all these little Qs out. That's cool, not bashing Q, but you wouldn't have a Q without the military, and you wouldn't have Q without laws and orders. Laws and orders are what's precedent. Laws and orders are what you need. That's your foundation. That's what our founders set up. Our founders didn't set up Q. All right, so you need to know laws and orders. You need to have a foundation and a premise of what to stand on. That's what President Trump's using. President Trump's using laws and orders. If he didn't, then he would never be exonerated because liberals would always hate him. He didn't do this to always be hated. Now, there's going to be a tiny, tiny portion that just can't get over it, right? But majority of population, when this is all said and done, when all the taxes are relieved from you, when everything, all the chains and shackles are unbroken and unburdened from you, when you see what's all been cleaned out, when you see the justice you've been looking for, they couldn't rip the Band-Aid off because people are questioning President Trump. People who claim to be Republicans, claim to be conservatives, claim to be patriots are questioning President Trump for this post he just put out. When you can know the whole time, that's the whole reason I have a platform. That's the whole reason I'm here. That's the whole reason I blew up. And so you got to correlate that. If Q was the end-all, do-all, then there wouldn't be a me. If Q would have talked about laws and orders, then there wouldn't have been a me. If all your favorite big blue badge podcasters out there, like your Alex Joneses and all them, if they'd have been talking about laws and orders, there wouldn't have been a me. Right? So how come all these big podcasters out there weren't talking about President Trump's laws and orders? And how come all the laws and orders in the dash 45-47, how come all of those in a chronological order more than clearly outline a military government, a continuity government, unconventional warfare, irregular warfare? How come there's a clause in the War Powers Act put there December the 20th, 2019? How come after that clause there's executive orders still open right now, still active, federalized 1 million reserve components? How come the National Guard and the reserve components are out of their state jurisdictions every single day? They have to be under a Title 10 order. The only Title 10 order in place for that capacity for all these National Guard and all these reserve components to be out of their state jurisdictions, which is outside of Title 32, is Title 10 presidential authority. How come the only presidential authority, Title 10, in place is from March 27, 2020, Executive Order 13912? That invoked Title 10, Section 12302. So see, what you're witnessing right now, you witnessed from 2017 to 2021 the resetting of Article 1, the legislative branch. 2021 to 2025, you witnessed the resetting of the executive branch. Article 2. Now what you're witnessing right now is the resetting of Article 3, the judicial branch, as the founders outlined of 3 branches of government to be in that order for a reason. Legislative, executive, judicial. Everything you're hearing right now, judge this, judge that, judge blocked this, judge did this. How come the judges didn't ever block, quote unquote, Biden from 2021 to 2025? The tariffs were put into place in 2018. No judge ever did one single thing about the tariffs from 2021 to 2025. It's almost as if we didn't have a president. Oh, that's because we didn't. We had a military government. We had a continuity government by law in President Trump's laws and orders. Go check me out. My LinkedIn, LINK, Linktree. My Linktree, LINKTR EE / 1776 Nation shows all of my official accounts. Make sure you're following the correct accounts. Linktree, LINKTR EE / 1776 Nation, and check out The Midnight Rider Rides Again. #1 bestseller, baby.